let's get ready. Rise music line. There we go. Jesus. Hey yo, Nero. How you doing? Ah. Oh, there's an Urker as well. Let's make sure the music doesn't blow everyone's ears out. We might end up going over to an NCR area today. Today's a bit of a like mixed bit of everything stream kinda.
Should we move into the other voice channel?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Dreamscape, how you doing?
Holy shit, the music is loud.
Is it that loud?
But on my part.
I'll keep adjusting until I feel that it's good. Hey, morning Samuel, how you doing?
Hey, bro.
Oh, new proper dump trucks, my god. Of course it's broken into skull.
Let's see if I can find the restream chat. Oh. I have it.
Very good, Vicky, very good. Okay, let's see, are there more of those trucks? Because I know there's a few more around somewhere. There's another one. Hey, Zainab, how you doing? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Bit of a misc stream today. Yep, we're in the Megamind for Poseidon. So for those of you that were here last time, that mine shaft we were working on then is connected up to this complex. So are there more of those stone trucks around?
Okay, now I'm ready.
You're ready now. Good, Vicky, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I had to move everything around so I have the Discord open, the stream, and the restream chat.
This is a fictional location. This is entirely our little idea. But then again, there is a lot of mining in the region, or at least there was, so we kind of went on that.
How are you fellas doing today?
Hey, Raw, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's good.
I can stream my screen. I can stream my screen in Discord.
There we go. Good job, Vicky. Proud of you. You know all the words.
I can fucking tongue twister.
Hey, Sagar. Hope you're doing good.
There we go.
There is no town called Inumclaw, no. Grab some train clusters. City boys be popping off.
City boys.
Shitty boy. I'm so excited to get to this mine. This is gonna be fun, the big one.
I'm like already out of ideas to do what to do to this road.
Viggy, what road are you working on? Are you working on that the one you had shown your
Oh,
little
yes,
cut
that'll
into
be
the
it.
highway?
No, that seems
I don't
to
remember.
be...
No.
Oh, we're Corvega towards... Oh, wait, yeah.
Yep.
Fair dues, my dude, fair dues.
I love little ideas like that when you show that little like just like quick snip tool like drawing over the one someone's highway or whatever. I don't know if it was one that you did and it was like, yeah, just like break it up a little bit and like sink it and like add some water. It's like, dude, that's such good like straightaway level design. That's like such a good way to break up shit.
Yeah, it was just 100% straight level. I saw the dumbest shit in New Vegas today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to press E to open the cave entrance.
Yeah, they don't have any
It's
system on that
so
stuff.
weird.
Yeah. I think they do
Open cave.
some...
Yeah, I don't remember.
Are you talking rather than like as you walk in it just like automatically transitions you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the 3 for any cave entrances, it was almost always like there was some kind of door, wasn't there? I don't know. I can't
Yes,
remember if they
Cody.
had any like completely open caves like New Vegas did.
Don't know if they did, actually.
My god, just adding the guardrails to a road makes it so much
Hmm?
more real.
Oh, yes. sure this door works. So let's boot the game in the background. Right, wrong. Don't know where that's came from.
Yeah, the mine area is really cool.
Hey.
Especially when you're standing on the edge of it and you what?
Yeah.
I'm not good with words today. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You're very rarely good at words, Viggy. Very rarely. Why didn't I take? Hello?
Flynn, did you say you were working on the mine shaft again today?
I'm working in the mine shaft, or in the big quarry area, all in all. So I'm probably just gonna wrap up the small little mine shaft here in a second, and then move on to the big one down in the hole. That's gonna be the fun one.
Cool.
This one has just been.
Yeah, because you said it's like part of a little like the thing that you were working on is part of a bigger area.
So if you take a look at my stream, you should see like the actual quarry side now.
Yeah, let me go look real quick.
I know what's missing from the mine.
What?
You know those like falling rocks signs and cliff edge, stay away.
I have one of those in my
That
in the interior. Well, I think I have
One
two. I have
here.
one that's actually been crushed by a sign rock. See, there's one. Falling rocks, okay. Hey, Baines.
hello.
Okay, so let's wrap up this interior, and then we can get started on the fun interior.
Drawing mode 50.
For today at least, I want to get this interior done, do some more cluttering to the exterior location, and hopefully get started on the big mine. That's gonna be the actually fun one to do. And I think this I'm actually just gonna cheese really heavily. Let's not do that. Wall door. Let's see. Wall door. Bink. Is this the one? Yes, it is perfect. So just grab another wall piece.
Well, I think your stream is stuck streaming the game.
Oh god, is it? Let me see. Yes, it is. Oh god, hold on, let me fix. Forgot about that. Sorry, people.
Ooh.
Hey, Stormtrooper. Sadly, my Spanish isn't good enough, Ian. Can't quite understand that. No hablo en español, señor. No. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Hey, Moments, how you doing? Let's borrow the pipes, why not? Ah, jeez, Moments.
Ah. Go.
Where's that pillar piece? There it is. Yeah, this is a mine shaft. Let's put that. Oh, we're working on it right now, where's there?
Yeah. Okay.
Bingo! It is a uranium mine. And this is the small mine shaft as well. So another one can be started here once we're done with this one. Let's get some poster group. Smacked on it for a second. Oops, sorry. Smacked my headset on the mic there. Didn't mean to do that.
What the fuck happened now? Oh. There we go.
Let's get some. Little clipboard. Although uranium needs a lot of refinement to be useful, which is its efficient, so I assume must be refined or sold offsite. Offsite, yep. Hey, Atomic, how you doing? No, we did not, Leno. We can't justify trying to create one. Something like this. Let's go back into the mine. So you should be able to see the game a bit. Let's do that as well so I actually see it properly. Just gotta remember to swap that back. I think Bethesda will ever add some success to this. It's possible they might. I don't see it as something I would expect to happen. My volume is a bit low. Let's try and redeem that. Let's TCL so we don't have to run through the entire fucking thing every time. Mostly because it's broken on that side. But binding boxes, same here. There we go. Works for me, works for me. It's a nice little wrap up to that room. Yeah, but there's someone that release. Yeah, I don't think we'll see as it's backported. Because for a lot of the new content, that would mean a lot of rework, because the texture formats are quite different between the two games. Yep. Works for me. Okay, let's zoom. I feel quite happy with this. Might go back and touch up that area a little bit. Not too full on that right now. Okay, so now we're heading into the fun part here. Now we're gonna build a big mine. The camera will just rotate. This fucking thing. So let's start by just copying a few bits, so we get the shape all correct.
Oh.
What is it, Vicky, darling?
No, it looks like it's two fucking roads running parallel to one each other instead of just two separate roads.
That's good. Good. Let's borrow this, please. And cells. Oh, we don't get paid anything, Lana. This is just in our free time. And yeah, the lighting is a bit VIP. I haven't done too much of it.
You don't get paid?
You get paid? What? Okay, let's see.
No, that's rare. Yeah.
Okay, just want to do something extra fun with that. Okay, interiors. Wait a second. It'd be great if I could read. Oh, there you are. Ah. And no, changing the map does, or changing the engine did change out a few things. Primarily, a lot of it has to do with how the game functions as far as lighting goes. So in Fallout 4, for example, all the lights for all the assets really are just baked meshes, or not baked meshes. They're non-PBR. Christ words.
On peanut butter.
Yes, it's non-peanut butter, as Viggy so eloquently put it there. So I want to do. Okay, let's think. Okay, now. Okay, we entered. Okay, now I get it. Oh shit, the brain hurts already. Fine. So north. I always start with the north. Oh. Okay. Because that would make north opposite way of how you enter, right? Like so. I don't think there's been any discussion about the Creation Club so far. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, the Creation Kit has had a lot of changes for 76. Huge amount of them, actually. A few I'm really jealous about.
One thing I would be really interested to see if, because the the reason 76 works in the first place is because they changed the way the engine loads everything.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than like doing cells around the player that are like predetermined, they had to, rewrite a bunch of stuff, which is why the team I think it's the team in Austin
Yep.
that had all the online people from, it was like, I forget what games it was, whether it was like
Quake.
Doom or some Quake and yeah, that's right. So it'd be interesting to see if there's really some like vast enough changes to where you have to relearn how to use whatever version they've
Oh, no. As
brought
far
to
as
EK2.
usability goes for the developers, it's the same shit again. It is the same tool once over. It has a lot of nice functions I would die for, really.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things when I saw them demo it was like, yeah, there's like infinitely more things that can be in the view space at one time now because of like their use of LODs and in the engine, which is great. You're no longer fighting with that one setting in the any, what is it? What's the setting that like
U-grids to load.
if you yes, yeah, you get to load exactly. Yeah, you're no longer having to mess with that, with the way the engine works now, in 76. Like 76 just like looks as if things are loaded, much more beyond what like vanilla Fallout 4 U grids to load would be. It's like no more like seeing enemies in the distance through your scope and there being nothing else rendered but like half baked animations and like no other vegetation or anything else.
Yep. Okay, so it's none of the LOD server-side in 76. The main difference is, in Fallout 4 and earlier games, the entire game was loading based on where the player was. If the player was there, things could happen. If the player wasn't there, not much happened at all. And that limited how much you could render things as well, because a lot of quests are based on the default value of, as soon as you're within distance, it'll start doing this event or whatever it is, really.
Yeah, like the time starts clicking.
Yes, and the problem is
Whereas
in the
everything
vanilla
else is
game,
paused.
if you start changing that value, all of a sudden a lot of shit will start breaking because, well, you didn't make it to that little thing in time. Even though, of course, you had no option to do so because, well, you were really far away. But that all of a sudden breaks. In 76, the game doesn't really care for where you are because it'll have the world loaded server side anyway. Which is the big difference really, that it doesn't quite matter so much where the player is anymore. The game will have it loaded no matter what and deal with it in a proper way.
Yeah, hell, even in, that's the setting you grid slowed. Even when you did push that up, there were chances of events being triggered, but then not ever being interacted with the player, and then that, causes shit to break.
Oh yes.
Which is, like you said, it's that's like such a big thing for it. Everything else can continue to work regardless of where you're at. Which will be interesting if and when they ever do decide to let people have like modded shit online, or you be able to host stuff like that. But I don't know what the potential of that is at this point.
I mean, there's a lot of issues with it that I think a lot of people have neglected as well. Like, first they have a new optimization system for how it works, or like how things are optimized in general. That one's gonna be a right bitch to handle. Like, absolutely horrible. Because now not only do we have pre-combines and pre-visuality, we also have the baked lighting. Which means you touch a cell, no more lighting. You tweak a little light, well, the lighting in that cell needs to be rebaked.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that.
Like, I think 10 gigs of the game or so is just the baked lighting packs.
One day everything will be completely dynamic, and we will no longer worry about baked lighting. But
It's a
I'm
long
sure
way
that's
to
a
go.
little far off. Yeah, I'd be surprised to see if the new Elder Scrolls make some strides in that regard.
Oh yeah, we do. I think we're closing in on 40 gigs soon here, I think. So yeah, there's no 800 gigs or whatever the fuck Modern Warfare said nowadays.
Like, I remember my brother installing that new one. He's like, "Yeah, dude, it's free to play the thing," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, how big's the download size?" "Oh, about 150 gigs." And I was like, "Jesus Christ."
Oh, just 150. Perfect, perfect.
I'm glad SSDs are cheaper than they used to be. I remember buying my first 1 terabyte for like $400, and now a terabyte SSD is like $100.
Sadly, not in Sweden anymore.
Yeah, I mean, right now in general, I definitely computer parts are kind of all over the place, especially after the pandemic. At least I know that's how it is here in the U.S. Like, for a while, like GPUs have been pretty scarce. It's like, and I mean that's even how it is when some certain parts come out, every now and then. Like, they'll get bought up pretty quickly, and then people will be like reselling them or whatever. But like, hell, I remember shopping for a GPU for my friend like just a little while ago, and it was a little difficult trying to find one that wasn't like jacked up like $200 more than MSRP,
Cave. Plateau. Yeah, let's see something cool with this.
One of the things that also makes me wonder about like the state or the future of games on like next gen consoles, especially, is you know, because that's like one thing that a lot of game developers do if they're, you know, having to build for both PC and console. You know, sometimes there's always going to be some kind of priority there when catering things to console. But with the way next gen is looking, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all saw the Unreal 5 demo.
You mean all that was a demo that no dev will ever use?
I mean, regardless, it's like still showing real time like
Real time, what now?
is like real time like billions of polygons like being able to be rendered like in
Well, it wasn't. So there's the
in
marketing
engine
part
and
of it. It wasn't billion of polys being rendered at all. There were no billions of polys. The original assets made up a billion polys.
No, I mean, dude, if you
Yeah, no,
if you take a look at it,
Yeah, I know.
like
The assets they were using had billions of polys, but the engine converted them down to far less.
yes, but definitely it's significantly more than you'll see in any game at all that's currently running on like PS4 or Xbox. You know,
I mean, it's a fancy tech show. The problem was, and a lot of big names went out like, yeah, it looks great. Problem is, if you want to do that, then your games are gonna be like 300 gigs per fucking thing.
oh
like-
yeah, for sure.
Like the base rocks they were using in that demo, it's available on the store. I think just the rocks were like 60 gigs or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the benefits though that they showed as well is the way those photo scanned assets use textures pretty efficiently, because like each polygon at that point, like at that level, was like its own color rather than being like individual pixels like per polygon, which was pretty interesting. That's a pretty new nifty little way of showing photo scan stuff, you know, normally. And I don't know like how their rasterization works in that scenario, but you know, of course there's photo scan stuff already in you know, in games like anything that's come out in like the past year that's semi-realistic. You know, they're using photo scanned assets, but it's still a cool demo to see in real time. You know, it just shows the potential, especially compared to, you know, the limits that Bethesda has had on their own engine. It's like, while like Battlefront and Battlefield were using like photo scanned, you know, 4K assets like in game, you know, in these giant open world maps, like here's Fallout 4 still using, you know, non PBR and you know, everything modeled by hand and
True,
textures
true.
being
But then Fallout
brought.
4 should have the note that it did, like, when it was released, PBR was very new tech.
Yeah, you know, were working on it, you know, long before PBR became like the
Even a thing.
official standard.
Yeah.
That's why you open up, you know, when Saber and I are laughing at some things, it's like some things are like definitely more on the PBR or like generated like textures, and then some are definitely like 100% like hand painted, you know, with some baked lighting and the diffuse and stuff like that, AO and all that. So that's why, like, I brought that up the other day, which I thought was really interesting. In 76, they, like, on some of the environment assets, they're using more than one texture, like, layered on top of one another in the materials. Where, like, the diffuse was unique, and a smaller resolution. Then they had a tiling normal over it that was a higher resolution, um, that was not unique to like the rock textures, but it like just emphasized the uniqueness of the um, unique diffuse, which I thought was really interesting. And that's just I think on any of those cliff rocks, the generic cliffs that they use in 76, which I don't think they used anything like that in Fallout 4, but I know it's like something super common used in a lot of first person games. Like I would imagine the newer Modern Warfare. I haven't looked at it, but I know like Battlefront and Battlefield use stuff like that in all of their environments to blend, all the different rocks and ground and stuff like that together.
Oh yeah. No, I mean with 76 using and what's it called, Inline. I think the new lighting system they use is called. I mean it's on par with
they have
Unreal.
They have a new name for it. That's good. I need to look into that. Have they in regards to that, have they showed any demos anywhere, like any of the little interviews that they've done of like of the CK in regards to 76?
Nothing much at all, no.
Yeah.
But then again, like Enlighten is a existing system, they just bought it in. So, I'll find it later. Do I have any of that kit in here? No, I do
It's
not.
so fun to work on this highway.
It's working on being
The highway.
Ah.
The one and only.
the one and only. We only have one highway nowadays, thingy.
Yeah.
What did you do to the rest of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's this kit called? Industrial cat. There we go. Thanks, Christ. Brain. Focus next time.
In cat.
Yep.
Then we have in frame.
Yep. Let's just
After this, I don't want to see a road again.
Oof. But Vicky, we have so many left to do. And I know you love your roads. Nah, I might be a bit quiet in general. Sorry. Yeah, it's tricky to stream and do CK because eventually you just get so focused in into like your very small things that you just kind of stop talking a bit.
When y'all stream, y'all are still streaming on multiple different places, right? Or is it just like Twitch and YouTube?
Twitch and YouTube. Yep.
Cool. About to do some test bakes, hopefully on the little cleaver.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was one thing I was gonna actually inquire about. Were the pre-combined things inside of CK? I know there's like some kind of setting I remember in the NIF in regards to like when you're building setting assets that determines like how accurately they can be rendered like in the distance. Um, does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's like you use it depending on like if you're building something that's like um, something for first person, like you don't use a setting, but if you're building something like a building, you do use it, and it like has something to do with the accuracy of it. And I remember looking into that setting and thinking that that was really interesting, like the logic behind like when to use it and when not to use it.
Yeah.
I think there's some mods that require
I know. I mean,
like turning that off that like cause like some. I think it's the pre-combined, because it's an any setting that like, right, that can determine whether it's being used or not.
pre-combines is just optimization system. People like if your mod makes it so that it doesn't, or they can't use pre-combines, then delete that mod. It's not worth losing every single frame you have, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Because it just it takes.
I mean, it eats your performance. It's gone. No more. No mass.
There's an ini tweak that's literally like be use combined meshes or something.
You turn that bad boy off, well, you turned your performance off. Let's do this.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, we're just the King County area. This is the inside to one of the bigger mine shafts. So right now I'm just separating the main entrance from where the rest of it's all going to be.
I'm gonna touch Bellevue as well.
You go for it, Viggy. Touch it real good.
Yeah.
Touch it like you would touch me, Viggy.
Okay.
Too much? Okay, sorry. It's gonna be one hell of a transition, this. Yeah, they're just tricky to build. Especially kind of going from this massive style room away to transitioning into this, I guess, is the tricky part here. But I can make it work somehow. It'll be a dungeon thing.
I think you just punched my mic.
You did, yes. Why are you so angry at your microphone, Viggy? Do you want to talk about it? Share with the class?
No.
No, Viggy does not. Sup, Maxim? How you doing? Nice. Christ, this is gonna be scuffed. How much of the fucking roof tile left to do even? So that blob needs. See how much can we shave away with just this pillar? Do this. Lower the grease pasta down a little bit. Okay. It's getting there. Nice, it's getting there. Oh yeah, yeah, no, it is. But then again, the mine hasn't been in use for a few hundred years either. Oh god, I'm struggling like hell right now, Jamie. Caves is my worst enemy when it comes to Fallout. In Skyrim it's not too bad, but the Skyrim cave kit is a lot better than the like semi kit we have in Fallout. Like this is so scuffed, but I think it might just work with enough lighting and ways to hide the nasty shit. I think I've caught most of that little areas, have I? Let's do this. Let's hop in game. It kinda works, I guess. Need to dress up some shit here and there, but... Ooh, I need to fix this. But it's not actually all too bad. Can definitely work with this. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, let's... Okay, okay, okay. Need to shift this bastard over a bit. Then at the same time we can actually do this. To make it look even more supported. Look at that. Okay. Okay. I mean, then again, we do this day in, day out, pretty much. So for us, a lot of it has become quite trivial. But like caves here, for example, the only reason I'm really doing these caves is because I find it quite hard. And it's always good to kind of take up the shit you find really tricky and get better at it. Most excited to recreate. I think out of all of them, Pike Place was probably one of the more intriguing ones to see how we could make it look. And I'm really happy with how it turned out, honestly. It looks fantastic. You instantly can tell where you are. It's a great location. Really glad we decided to do that one as true to life, so to say, as we did. As far as user friendly, it's a tricky thing to say because, like, if you know how to use a game editor by default, like any of them, then yeah. I think the problem is that people kind of expect it to not be as complex as it is, and I don't think it matters what game editor you throw at them. I think it's a lot of just people kind of assume that that the CK should be really user friendly because it's just for modding, when a lot of people I think fail to kind of take into account that it's not just for modding, this is what they make the game with, kind of. But as far as user friendliness, it definitely is lacking in some areas. But as far as for cranking out levels, just doing this, I haven't found an editor that's better, in my opinion. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Oh, Stanley, you scary bastard. Can we hear the brief plot of Cascade? It's okay if you can. I'd say head to our website, fullycascadia.com, and we give you all the information we will be giving you for quite a while on there. We really don't want to say too much about the story. We don't want to spoil it or kind of skew people's idea of what it is or what it's going to be or whatnot. I think that could be a neat way to start it, but I don't think it would be. Or rather, we know that the pre-war sequence is, or it is a lot of work to the pre-war sequence because you need a lot of new assets and just a very different environment. And it very rarely adds all too much to the story that actually players give a shit about. A la Sean, poor Sean. We will be using some music from the 40s and 50s and some homemade music in it. And then there is a lot of tracks out there that we can use that aren't from the right time period, but they do match the time period, so to say. For me right now, it is a 9:15 p.m. Also on that, I will be leaving here in about 45 minutes. I'll be gone for about an hour, and then we'll pick up the stream after that again. See, we made a little dent in this. Yeah, it's getting there alright. Yes, that is something we have done, taking quite a lot of inspiration from the pre-war struggles. Especially Seattle is the first major US city you run across if the Alaskan front were to fall. So we've kind of shown how they would have militarized the Seattle area quite heavily in case that would happen. So they would be ready if the front fell. Well, it wouldn't instantly go to shit. They would have quite a heavy military presence in the region and whatnot. Yeah, there will be a lot of humoristic moments, yeah. I won't get into the debate of whether New Vegas has it or not, though. Christ almighty. There is a save there. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes, people. Just gonna go to the bathroom. I'm back. Let's just get down the people on the stream on. Boop, boop, boys, we're back on channel. Okay, let's see live. Okay. Oh, sorry, static from the phone. Okay, let's see here. Will we see the? I'm just gonna go through the question. Will we see the Enclave again, like the Brotherhood, but they don't need to put them out. You won't see neither of those returning. We kind of went away with most existing factions, and as Jamie Wright wrote there, the NCR is the only actual returning faction. And as Grilled said, you might see some small little like snippets of Enclave activity, but no returning faction. We kind of feel they've done their part. And no. Oh God. As far as cameos goes, they're tricky. Mostly due to the voice acting fact. That does make it a bit hard. I mean, you're bound to run into these places. They're gonna be all over, so just keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully, you'll recognize one or two of them. It'll be a brand new game. Yep, so new character, everything like that. Just put a few extra back here. Maybe they just store a few here and there, you know. See ya, Chidring. See ya, Jamie. Oh, maybe okay. So maybe it was just Jamie left. Fair enough. Fair dues. Fair dues. Let's grab some planks. Just make a little nice crossing here for y'all. Let that fall to death. Okay. I think the project officially started just after release of Fallout 4. But in the current development stage, or like in the current way we're working now, and on this map with this team, since about towards the end of 2016 or so. Were you guys adjusting the faction? Yes. So different factions will have, hell, even different like leveled characters when they're. So you might find that the infantry troopers of the NCR aren't as clever as the higher level ups. What's the hardest thing about making levels? Also, what program is that, and can I work for other things? So this is the creation kit. It's effectively the same software that Bethesda has used for every game since Morrowind. It just has quite substantial updates each game, but the tool remains more or less the same all throughout. And it only works for the Bethesda games. And it is version specific, so if you want to modify or mod Skyrim, you need the Skyrim creation kit, or if you want to mod Skyrim Special Edition, you need the Skyrim Special Edition creation kit, and so on. So it only works for their games, of course. And making levels, the hardest thing. I think the hardest thing is actually saying, okay, this is done. At least for me, because a lot of time, something could honestly have been done for a long while. But you always want to go back and tweak and tune and ooh, I could make this a little bit better, and kind of learning not to do that is one of the hardest things. It's like, yes, you could always improve, but at the same time we have a huge amount of interiors left to do, and we have a lot of work to do in general. So kind of learning when enough is enough is extremely important. Not really. So I think that's the thing people kind of tend to misunderstand, because there is absolutely code left from Oblivion in the engine. That doesn't necessarily mean that the code is bad. All it means is, yeah, it's old code. But at the same time, I have a lot of programs that I've written myself that have code that is 9 or 10 years old. But often you come to, well, I mean, there's only so many ways you can do this. And if you have one that works, well, there's really not much point to going back and fucking with it, kinda. Like if you need a function that, I don't know, for example, that will just randomize a bunch of values for you, and say you write a really smart little way to do that. It's seeded. It knows exactly what to do. Why would you keep reinventing that same code every time when you have something that works? I mean, there's definitely parts of the engine that could do with an update and some cleaning. There always is. But the question comes down to, is it really worth it for what we're doing this time around? Because in the end, there's only so many ways to do something, and, well, do you really need to rewrite it every time? And I think people in general have a bit of a poor understanding of what a game engine is as well. People talk about it as if it was a entity of, this is the Bethesda engine, which there really isn't one. I mean, every game so far has brought a lot of updates to each engine and each version of it. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But I mean, just the step between Fallout and Skyrim, even though it may not look like a huge one to a lot of people, it is massive. Same with the step from Fallout 4 to 76. I think that's one of the bigger ones we've had in a long while, actually. It just changed so much. Like, absurdly much. Yeah. And it's one of those, like, yeah, sometimes someone probably was a bit lazy and didn't just write new code. But a lot of times it's also, there was no need to write new code for this. Like, I think any good software engineer and game developer in general understands the value of reusing things. Because if you're going to make everything brand new every single time, you'd never be able to complete a game. Never. Do you have to mesh all this? If we're talking about actual game meshes, no, on most of these, I think all except this one, are from the vanilla game, so we're just using that. That won't work there. Fuck. Well, let's grab one to do it this way.
I'm gonna make a sound and lighting pass to Bellevue Crater.
Sounds good, Biggie. Try and put lights on the buildings as well if you can. One or two would be very nice.
Try to what?
Try and make a building here or there as well. Just fill out the space a little bit if you can. I mean, we don't need that many more. Like, we're so close to done, Vicky.
No.
What now? Did you say I know or oh no?
I know.
Okay.
Hi, hi.
Hello.
Hello, Age. How are you
I see
doing,
you're
buddy?
doing it. Yeah, I'm all good, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad. Wrapping up here in a few minutes for the night, then off for an hour, then back again.
No. Oh, okay. Looks like I missed the best bit of the show.
Nah, don't worry, I just did the main hall for now. Or the entrance area.
Mm. So you got your new truck in there already?
Yep.
That looks good.
Come on, load in all there. Thank you. Oh, we'll have to do something about that. Crap.
Oh, oops. Mm.
I think her concert art is still somewhere, yeah? Bloody Gert. Christ.
Is everything that's said in this channel, do people hear it in the
Yeah.
live stream? Oh, okay.
You need to behave.
Yes, I will behave then. Well, I'm
As
I am
much as you
working,
can,
so
at least.
I'll probably just stay quiet. Like I normally do.
The new power armor looks great too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait until he makes some progress on the shoulder pads and whatnot. Because that's what he's doing next.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just something very because power armor is very, well, let's face it, Fallout.
Oh yeah.
So when something new comes along, because there's not really a huge amount of new power armors. Yeah, you got the Enclave based one, you know, the XO2, but
Oh yeah.
and the XO3 actually. But I also thought that one was kind of a little bit ugly. Like, whereas the one that Saber's been working on is kind of a little bit ugly, but it looks good.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
No, I don't mean ugly as in like,
No,
you know,
I'm gonna
it
tell
just...
him you think his work is ugly.
Oh no. No, but it's that ugly in the right sense, you know.
Yeah.
Like technically the T60 I think is kind of a bit ugly because it's just the T45 but like elongated.
He's a long boy.
But yeah, no, it looks good. But as Viggy says, the eyes, they need to illuminate. They need to illuminate.
Oh, yes.
But he'll get there. I'm surprised he's not about tonight.
Oh, he went to sleep a little while ago.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to quarrel with that.
No, that boy is best left to sleep when he wants to. He gets grumpy.
Understandable. Is going on. Okay. Needs more. Needs more. Don't sneeze, cat. That's disgusting.
You leave the cat be. Fucker.
It's not even my cat. I have my neighbour's cat from like 2 doors down. Like ever since I've lived in this house, I've been here like over 10 years. This cat literally just turns up every single day, spends a few hours here, and then buggers off.
Yeah, I'm gonna check up on you. Make sure you're behaving.
All right, now he's shouting at me. 2 seconds. Ugh. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What? You're not even my cat. Why are you shouting at me? Come on, man.
They sure do. Thorazine is not people to be fucked with.
Oh, man. Why do you look so confused?
And in the background we have Edge Cat ASMR.
He's behaving strange, man. I'm trying to work it out.
It's a cat. That's what they do. What? Oh no, the cat is behaving strange. Yeah. Is that
old.
strange though? Is that strange that the cat is behaving strange, or is that
Well, no.
just them behaving as a cat does?
You have a point, but at the same time, he's old. So, you know, I'm just like, anyway, you're not dying. I gotta get back to my work, mate. Come on.
But with that, people, we're gonna wrap it up for now. I said I'll be back in about an hour or so, give or take 15 minutes. But yeah, hopefully I'll catch you all then as well. Bye for now. Say not bye to the nice people. Biggie. Biggie.
What?
Say goodbye to the nice people.
I thought you meant us.
No, no. Alright. Bye for now, people.